It had been a full year since I vanished. No calls, no letters, not even goodbye. Some might call that cruel. But when betrayal hits your chest like a stone, kindness fades. Survival becomes all that matters. I told myself that chapter was closed, buried deep, sealed shut. But the past is a way of rising again, in familiar scents, in voices you once loved, in the last place you expect. The morning she returned, I was following my usual routine, standing in line for coffee at the same cafe at the same time, just as I had every day. Everything predictable, ordinary, until it wasn't. I felt her presence before I saw her, like a ghost brushing across the back of my neck. And then I turned. There she was, the woman who had once promised forever, the same woman who broke me. She froze when our eyes locked. She looked older, but not from time. It was life that had pressed its weight on her. I thought I would feel vindication, or maybe anger. Instead, all I felt was a cold, hollow stillness. "Hi," she said, as though nothing had burned, as though she hadn't reduced us to ashes. I didn't answer. She stepped closer, her movements hesitant. "Can we talk?" That wasn't how this was supposed to go. She should have been long gone, with no trace of me left in her world. Yet here she stood, her eyes carrying something I couldn't name. Regret, maybe, or just fear of being alone. Why now? The words came from me, though my voice didn't sound like my own. Her gaze fell to her hands. I couldn't stop thinking about you, about what I did. My jaw tightened. It wasn't anger that filled me. It was the ache that lingers long after the fire dies. I had carried that silence, that wreckage, for 12 endless months. Her betrayal hadn't come with shouting or dramatic scenes. No hotel rooms, no lipstick-stained collars. Just shadows, excuses, and small lies. Too many late nights. And then the one message he forgot to delete. "I miss you already. Last night was perfect." I can still see those words glowing on her screen. Still feel the way my chest cracked like shattered glass underfoot. That night, I walked out. No fight. No begging. No farewell. I didn't let her witness the destruction she caused. I simply disappeared. And now, here she was, trying to stitch together what she had ripped apart. "I made a mistake," she whispered. A bitter laugh threatened, but I swallowed it. "A mistake?" I echoed. "Forgetting your keys is a mistake. Climbing into someone else's bed, that's not a mistake. While I was out working 2 jobs, breaking myself to build the life we promised, that's what you chose." Her eyes darted up, wide, almost desperate. "I just want to talk. I want you to hear me, please." I owed her nothing, but some quiet, hidden part of me wanted to hear her out. Not for her, maybe for myself. I nodded toward the street. "Walk with me?" We moved side by side, silence hanging between us, broken only by the hum of cars and the steady rhythm of our steps. "I never planned for it to happen," she murmured at last. I said nothing. I was lonely. You were always working, always tired. I just want to feel like I mattered. There was the explanation disguised as confession. I had pictured this moment 1,000 times, and still, the sting cut deep. I was tearing myself apart for us. I replied flatly. She stopped in her tracks. "I know. I see that now. I didn't then." Her voice cracked, and for a moment I believed the sorrow in her eyes. But belief couldn't mend what was already destroyed. "You didn't just break my trust," I said quietly. "You broke me." Tears welled in her eyes. "I'm sorry." "I believe you are," I admitted. But sorry doesn't erase the nights I sat in silence, wondering what I'd done wrong. Sorry doesn't make me whole again. "I wasn't replacing you," she whispered. "It was just 1 week. Stupid moment. That moment burned everything down." She fell silent, then reached into her pocket and pulled out a folded letter. "I wrote this weeks ago. I couldn't bring myself to send it. I took it, but didn't open it. Just held it. I'm not here to win you back," she said softly. "I just needed you to know you mattered and that you still do." She stepped back, waiting, maybe hoping I'd take her hand, give her a way back. But I couldn't. Love doesn't always survive betrayal. Sometimes it fades quietly without a fight. I looked at her one final time. Take care of yourself. Her face trembled, but she didn't argue. She only nodded and walked away. And for the first time, I didn't stop her. No rage, no collapse, just calm. Closure doesn't always come through reconciliation. Sometimes it comes from knowing you found the strength to let go and the wisdom not to return. I walked home lighter that day, not because I forgave her, but because at last I forgave myself.